Malacanang believes it made the right call to ease quarantine restrictions in Metro Manila, even as COVID-19 cases in the country continue to spike. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque was commenting on a resurfacing forecast from the University of the Philippines back in May. It predicted that a premature relaxation of quarantine restrictions could result in as much as 24,000 COVID-19 cases by June in the NCR, which is where the case count pretty much stands right now.
Po ang figura ng datos ng UP, tama rin naman po ang datos ng gobyerno. Bakit po? Kasi talagang tinatanggap natin na pataas po yung numero na yan habang walang bakuna, habang walang gamot. Ang binabantayan lang po natin yung kakayahan nating magbigay ng medical assistance dun sa mga magkakasakit na malala dahil kinakailangan ibalanse rin natin yung ekonomiya natin, no? Yung pagkakaroon ng hanap buhay ng lahat dahil kung hindi mamamatay sa COVID, baka mamamatay dahil sa gutom na, no? Dahil walang hanap buhay. So sa akin, tama naman po ang mga naging desisyon ng ating IATF. Nakita natin na nabuksan natin ang ekonomiya. Ang death rates po natin ay bagamat meron pang namamatay, single digit po siya on a daily basis.
In the same briefing, Roque clarified that all returning OFWs are billeted in hotels paid for by the government and that those who were photographed staying under a bridge in the NAIA were stranded locals.
VIP treatment talaga mga OFW. Wala pong natulog sa ilalim ng tulay na OFW. Lahat po ng ating OFW naka-hotel. Binabayaran po ng gobyerno. Kaya nga po VIP yan at libre rin ang pauwi sa kanila. Yung mga nasa ilalim ng tulay po, tama po ko yung sinabi nyo, ito po yung mga stranded na ating mga kababayan. No? Pero ganun pa man, nagkaroon na po ng pulisiya ang ating National Task Force, pinamumunuan ni Secretary Galvez at ang ating DOTR. Tutulungan na rin po natin ang mga stranded, no? Dahil Pilipino pa rin sila. No?
The palace official says he trusts the president's decision on the fate of the NCR and other COVID-infected areas once the general community quarantine lapses on June 15.
Ano pa ang nangyayari sa Metro Manila at iba pang mga lungsod at probinsya pagpasok ng Martes, June 16? Konting intay na lang po. Mismong si Presidente Duterte po ang haharap at kakausap sa taong bayan sa Lunes, June 15 para i-anunsyo ito.
The IATF has approved the recommendation of the Trade Department to allow the gradual resumption of dine-in services amid the quarantine. For the details, Jenny Dongon joins us live from Mandaluyong City. Jenny, you went around the metro. How are restaurant owners preparing for this?
Sean, restaurant and carinderia owners say they're both excited and anxious as they count the days to when they get to welcome diners once again.
Following the IATF's go signal for dine-in services starting June 15, establishments in Metro Manila are now doing the necessary adjustments. This restaurant in Quezon City changed its sitting plan and put markers on the floor in accordance with social distancing protocols. Chairs are covered with plastic, while tables are set meters apart. Their menu is now on a paper which serves as a placemat for easy disposal after use. Before entering the premises, the customer must step on the floor bath. His body temperature will then be checked. Plastic barriers are placed in the counter area to separate the customers from the staff.
Kaysa naman walang trabaho. Kahit pa paano, kahit ganitong setup, kailangan gawin namin, kaya sumunod sa gobyerno eh. Mahirap eh. Ngayon, siyempre, pag nagkamali ka, anytime pwede ipasara yung restaurant eh.
Because of these protocols, the restaurant will also be forced to limit its customer.
Malaking changes. Kasi katulad dito, ang capacity nito, nasa 32 eh. Eh ngayon, ang sinetup ko dito sa cellar area, cellar to kung tawagin ng smoking, nasa 18 lang.
For this karinderya in Pasig City, the resumption of dine-in services will be a big help.
Karamihan po kasi halos dine-in talagang customer namin. Karamihan po yun. Ngayon po na medyo puro take-out, matumal po talaga. Iba po talaga yung magpapa-dine-in kami.
That's why they are committed to comply with health protocols, even if it may render additional cost.
Ganun pa rin po yung presyo namin, ma'am. Dahil hindi naman po pwede itaas namin, ma'am, at kawawa din naman po yung katulad namin na walang trabaho.
Based on the approved guidelines of the IATF, restaurants should strictly impose health protocols. This include a no mask, no entry policy, calibrated thermal scanning, distancing of tables and chairs, visible floor markings, and regular disinfection, among others. The palace says the move is essentially in the interest of the workers.
Economic yan dahil hindi bababa sa, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, 11,000 employees in Metro Manila alone, no, ang nagtatrabaho sa mga restaurants. No? Meron pa po yung supply chain.
The IATF is set to present the recommendation to President Rodrigo Duterte for his approval.
Sean, the IATF says if President Duterte approved the recommendation, dine-in services will be allowed in areas under General Committee quarantine, such as Metro Manila, and those under modified ECQ. Sean.
Thanks for that, Jenny Dongon, joining us live from Mandaluyong City. And when restaurants and establishments were closed, e-commerce boomed. Now that the government is scrambling for cash to finance its recovery efforts, they're turning to online sellers for some more tax money. But amid the backlash over the move to require online sellers to register and settle taxes with the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the palace is asking for understanding as most of the funds used in the pandemic response came from tax collections. But Finance Undersecretary Carl Kendrick Chua clarifies that not all e-commerce players will be slapped with levies.
250,000.
250,000. Okay, yung mga kumikita ng 250,000.
The taxable income ay
Yes.
subject to tax. Pero pag
Okay.
below 250,000, exempt po yan.
Meanwhile, Palace spokesman Harry Roque clapped back at Senator Risa Ontiveros after the lawmaker insisted that instead of going after online sellers, authorities should prioritize taxing POGOs.
Sinisingil po natin, Senator Ontiveros, hindi po natin sila pinalulusot. Hindi po sila po pwedeng magbukas nang hindi nagbabayad ng kanilang mga buwis. Trust me po, lahat po pinagkukunan natin para mabigay natin ang pangangailangan ng mga biktima ng COVID-19.
We're pausing for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us here on One News. Welcome back to One News Now. COVID-19 cases in the Philippines top 24,000. This is after the Health Department tallied a total of 443 new COVID-19 cases, 253 of which are fresh. The DOH also recorded 9 new COVID-19 deaths, bringing the total fatalities to 1,036. Meanwhile, a total of 5,165 have recovered from the SARS-like disease, with 270 new recoveries recorded today. And while the rise in cases continues, DOH Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeri says that the COVID-19 reproduction number is already below 1 in Metro Manila. This, as per Verheri, is good indication that the virus is not spreading that fast. The UP Institute of Mathematics Professor Guido David says that the reproduction number, or R naught, in Metro Manila is between 0.96 and 1.2, which classifies it as a medium to high-risk area. This, he says, is an indication that the curve is flattening. And some passengers hoping to catch flights back to their respective provinces are still camped out over at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. At least 200 domestic passengers remain stranded due to the absence or cancellation of flights. Some of them are taking refuge underneath a bridge near the airport, where physical distancing is no longer observed. They have received donations which include food and sleeping kits after photos and videos of their struggle circulated online. And the embattled ABS-CBN once again took the hot seat at a House hearing today, this time to defend its sale of Philippine Depositary Receipts, or PDRs, to foreigners. To tell us more, we have with us Ria Fernandez live from the Batasan Pambansa. Ria, what's the latest with ABS-CBN?
Sean, for their fifth hearing, the House Committees on Legislative Franchises and Good Government continued deliberations on ABS-CBN's sale of Philippine Depositary Receipts, or PDRs, to foreigners. This is just one of the many issues which have been hurled against the Kapamilya Network as it seeks a fresh 25-year franchise from Congress. Former Ateneo Law Dean and now ABS-CBN Legal Counsel Cynthia Del Castillo asserted that the company's PDR holders only have rights to ABS-CBN Holdings and not its broadcasting corporation. Because of this, PDR holders do not have voting rights or control over the network, as they are merely financial instruments. Del Castillo also underscored that ABS-CBN's sale of PDRs have been consistent with the law. But Anak Kalusugan Representative Mike Defensor begged to disagree, saying that one sale of PDR is equivalent to one share as reflected on ABS-CBN's PDRs. Deputy Speaker Dan Fernandez meanwhile advised ABS-CBN to clarify its receipt. He also reminded other mass media companies to be careful or refrain from issuing PDRs. But ABS-CBN President and CEO Carlo Katigbak insisted that they acted in good faith when they issued the receipts. Still, he vowed to comply should the government tell them to modify, alter, or stop its sale. Let's listen to the statements of Attorney Cynthia Del Castillo and Anak Kalusugan Representative Mike Defensor.
Are we really not supposed to hear it?
The Securities and Exchange Commission has echoed the view of ABS-CBN on PDRs. The rival network GMA7 also has registered PDRs before the regulatory body. Sean, a number of household lawns are still waiting for their turn to interpellate once they're over with the discussion on the ABS-CBN sale of PDRs. The House joint panels are also targeting to tackle today the return of ABS-CBN to the Lopez family post-martial law. Sean?
Thank you for that update on ABS-CBN. Ria Fernandez joining us live from the Batasan Pambansa in Quezon City. And amid the COVID-19 health crisis, prices of pork products have increased this week due to the effect of the African swine fever in the country. Meanwhile, the poultry industry is dealing with oversupply due to low demand. Shaila Francisco has the details.
As if the COVID-19 pandemic was not enough, the problem with the African swine fever still persists in the country. And now it's pushing pork prices yet again. The price of pork increased by 10 to 20 pesos this week, meaning liempo is now priced at 280 pesos a kilo, while kasim or laman costs 250 pesos, way above the suggested retail price.
Sana nga po, kung pwede, babaan eh.
Para?
Kasi hirap din kami. Lalo ngayon po, wala kaming trabaho.
Wala naman kaming magagawa kasi mataas din naman yung puhunan ng baboy eh.
With ASF still around, hog raisers say around 40% of production in Luzon was affected, resulting in shortages. Some dealers are forced to source pork from farther areas. Samahang Industriya ng Agrikultura says prices could still go up to 300 pesos per kilo. To prevent this, they are asking the DA to bring in the surplus from Mindanao. The DA is already prioritizing the shipment. They're also looking at non-ASF areas where they can restock hogs. For now, they're also looking to adjust the SRP. It's a different story though for poultry raisers, as they have to deal with oversupply. With low demand due to the pandemic, the United Broilers Raisers Association has asked the DA to stop imports. In an open letter, they claim that the Bureau of Animal Industry asked them instead to limit production to make space for imports. The DA clarifies they only seek self-regulation to balance production nationwide. The DA says it's difficult to stop imports, especially with trade agreements under the World Trade Organization.
Because yung commitment natin to the WTO, it's a commitment to trade. It is not a commitment to commit suicide. Patayin mo yung industriya mo na pinanggagalingan ng maraming kabuhayan.
UBRA has advised some of its members to reduce production for now. For its part, the DA is coordinating with processors to buy excess chicken. The agency also strengthened import regulations and instructed traders to import the insufficiency in the country's supply. Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
For more updates, follow News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Also, visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You may also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Simply register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Sean Yao, and we are One News.